Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to Software Engineering with Karthik. This is another quick one. I wanted to do another video of my instrumentation test implementation. When I ended my last video, so let me quickly open Xcode so that I can, you guys can have the context. Okay, there we go. So when I ended the last video, in the last video we were implementing a upload task for our network service. So when I ended it, so the code coverage at that time was 72%, which is way below what we had originally planned. We wanted to have 90 plus code coverage. But when I ended the video, I told you guys that I'm gonna implement a instrumentation test in order to gain the coverage back. I could have done that. While I was doing it, I realized that I could create a node server dedicated for our instrumentation test itself. Um, if you're following this video series, you will notice that you would have observed that I mentioned in our actual project, when we run an instrumentation test in our CI, we either wanted to connect to our staging or a test environment. We just wanted to talk to that actual API calls so that the instrumentation test can work, or we can just create our own node server, or simple, it doesn't have to be node, any simple server that is specifically created to work with the instrumentation test use cases, so that in our CI we can just run the uh, instrumentation test without any trouble, right? So that's what I have mentioned. So right now I'm implementing instrumentation test, so I thought I could just simply write a node server and then show how do we do that. This is not a big deal, but I thought somebody would find it useful, right? So anyway, so far we have, in our instrumentation test, we have only one test that is written for verifying network response. So I'm using this Mocky IO. That is useful, but at some point this is going to expire. So if it's expired, we have to keep on creating new one, right? Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new node server. Let's go here in the instrumentation test and create a new folder. I'm going to create a local server. So in the local server, do I have a Visual Studio? Nice. Okay. The Visual Studio code here. I'm gonna save this to the network test instrumentation test local server. JS, whatever. All right. I'm gonna store that. I'm not a node expert, so I'm gonna copy this guy. So I'm gonna follow this, right? So I'm gonna follow this. So this will create a node server on on local host in 3000 port, right? So this will run. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna create a couple of endpoints, which this is, by the way, I practiced it before. This is not script. This is kind of scripted, to be honest. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna have I'm gonna check if the URL is data task success, right? If it's the data task success, I'm gonna say, hey, just content type application.json. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. So if it is a URL, if the request is like this, so this will work with. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna use this one data task, right? I'm gonna, you know what, just the data. It's data. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna use this task here, right? 7.0.0.1 localhost. HTTP. I don't have a SSL running anyway. Okay. So if I do that, then I don't have to change anything. This is our existing task, right? Existing test, right? Okay, let me run this test quickly. Return it. Oops. Test network instrumentation test local server. Okay. So now I'm running this server, right? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run this test. Hopefully this works. What's going on? Oh, okay. So let's run this again. It is failing. Okay, let's see what's going on. Data slash access HTTPS could not connect to server. Oh, okay. You know what? I failed to specify the port. Sounds good, right? So a simple node server is working with our instrumentation test to send us a response. So this way we are verifying that if a server returns a response, our business logic works, correct? This is fine. So what I wanted to do here is that since our code coverage is 72%, that is due to the implementation of our upload task. We are not getting, our execution is not reaching here at all. So in order to obtain the code coverage back, we wanted to implement a upload task, actual instrumentation test upload task, right? We want to implement a upload test to verify this production code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another test file. Hopefully this is still recording. Yep, it is recording. Tests. All right, sounds good. So majority of the code is gonna remain the same. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take this guy. Okay. Sounds good. So we have our upload task, upload test, right? Upload test. So let's write our test. Given a network service, when what do we want to do? Let's first test the error case. When a network occurred during upload task, then the error is returned to consumer, right? That should be good. With HTTP code is returned to the consumer. All right, sounds good, right? So we have something similar written in our request test as well. instead of writing all the code all over again, I'm gonna, copy paste that. Hopefully, copy paste that and then adjust the URL, right? So here's what I'm going to do: HTTP to 7.0.0.1. Our port is 300. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to create another path, upload success, right? I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to call failure. I'm going to call this upload. I want you to fail. I want to fail. So I'm going to do that. So if I fail, then then I'm going to verify if the error is properly returned to the consumer, right? That's what I'm going to do here. Okay, let's do that. Let's get the file. We already have a file in the resource because we have the file upload file, right? Let's get this thing as well. Let's copy, make use of let's reuse the code already. Okay, we have file URL. This is the post method. We don't need a key here. Sounds good. I'm going to upload this file with a request, right? If I receive a value, I'm going to say, hey, this is not supposed to be. I'm gonna fail it. Let's wait. All right, let's wait for the exception as well. I'm just copy pasting a lot of code. Failure expectation. All right, is failure received? You know what? We don't even need to check if the failure received, because if there is no error, that means we have not received it. I'm going to check for 400 error as well, right? Okay, so this should be good. So if let's build this thing, whether it's working or not. Okay, if it is try, then I have to throw. Okay, so let's run this guy. It's gonna fail, but it's gonna fail for a different reason, right? Successful network. Oh, it's gonna upload failure, right? Upload failure. Okay, so it's failing, but it's failing for a different reason because it's timing out. That's not what we want to do. And also we have not received a proper error message, right? So let's go ahead and then implement our upload, right? If same thing, request.url. Again, guys, I'm not a backend wizard or something. I'm just trying to write a node server that works with our use case specifically, right? So, okay. If it's upload failure, I'm going to say, hey, code is equal to, I don't know, 400. That's what we're trying to check, right? I'm going to return a message. Instead of message, I'm going to say error, right? Upload failed. Okay. So let's stop the server and then rerun the server again. Okay, we have a server running and that has a path upload failure. So let's test this. Hopefully this works now. On value, okay, it should not receive a network request supposed to fail. Okay, let's see what's going on here. We should not receive that. Let's debug that. Upload request. Okay, there you go. So we have a data, okay, we have a response, that is fine. So now our service logic has to be a has has to be the place um, where we will receive this. Okay, so the execution is not reaching here. Let's put a breakpoint and then run one more time. Close all this. Oh, wait a minute, I'm running a wrong test. Okay, crime map is coming here. So we have received a success status code. No, it is not a success. Oh, it is success. It's returning as a success. It cannot return as success. What are we doing here? It should get here. Okay, let's debug that. Okay, sounds good. Let's this would do. Where is this execution is coming from? This execution is coming from here. That is fine. Okay. This cannot be success. Come on. Let's stop the server and then rerun it. Okay. Okay, upload failure. That is correct. Wait a minute. What is the data here? Okay. String.data input.data input.0. Okay. Let's print this guy. Error. Oh, error. So this is 400, but still there is an error. Is this how it works? I'm not sure. I'm not a uh, I'm not a Node.js wizard. So let's see. Hope I think that this is how it is. Is it not? Let's cd. What is this called? What is the path? Network test network instrumentation test local server. Okay. Okay, this looks like fine. Okay, let's run this again. This should work, I think. Hopefully. All right, now it's receiving error. Okay, maybe oh yeah. Okay, so the way that I have done the error is wrong. The way I have written the error from Node server is wrong. Okay, sounds good. So this is okay. Let's run that again. This should work. Oh, 400. It failed. 400. Instead, it's returning as -1. Okay, we need to have 400 because that's what we are returning here. Oh, silly me. Then if that is the case, I don't think we need this one. All right. There you go. Okay, let's see. Finally, this should work. Right? Okay, sounds good. So this works. Let's run our test and see what is the code coverage. So this will increase the code coverage. 97, all right, 97.99. Okay, so this increased it. So let's see what is the place where that we're not getting anything. Okay. Okay, so if you're not getting anything here, that means it's going to be a local error, which is fine. We'll handle it later. But I just wanted to focus on this video. In this video, I wanted to focus on the instrumentation test, not the local test. I will add this local test later. So yeah, there you have it, guys. That's how we do it. It's 400. It's returning error. That is nice. Okay. So now this local node server is a part of our package directory structure, which is something that I wanted to exclude, right? So what I'm gonna do here is that I'm pretty sure it's somewhere here. No, not here. And no. All right, exclude. I'm gonna exclude this path. We don't want to add this path, right? So we don't want to add this path as a part of our package or source code. So let's exclude this. Oh, wait, hold on. AX. Oh, resource comes first, eh? Interesting. Incorrect dependency, resource exclude, expect dependencies, path exclude sources. Wait a minute. Let's dependencies, path exclude, and then source, and then resource. So that means, oh yeah, that was correct. That was weird, right? So this is an array. Let's include this. Okay, sounds good. So this is fine. I don't know, something weird about that. All right, this one's. So now a local server resides inside our package itself. So in our CI, usually what we do is before the test or build starts, we will have this pre-build phase in our CI. So in this pre-build phase, we're going to kickstart some of this local server that is necessary for all the instrumentation test. So this Node.js server can be kickstarted as a part of that pre-build phase, and then we can just end that server at the end of the CI run, right? So this way we have guaranteed that we have some server running for our instrumentation test, so we don't have to constantly ping our staging or a testing server in our code in our server, right? So yeah, so this is what I wanted to do in this video. Hope you guys find this quick video useful. I will so as I said, I will include one more test and then push the changes because I have to handle this as well. So this is going to be a local error. So I'll handle it and then I'll push the code. But as far as this video is concerned, we have done I have done what I've set out to do in this video, right? Thank you guys. Talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you.